Welcome back to the channel. Today I think I'm going to do something a little bit different, but still kind of within the collector's resource realm of videos that I've been making. We're going to look at Nintendo DS games published by Nintendo from 2004 all the way through to 2011. I think it's useful for collectors who like to do complete in-box with all the inserts. I won't showcase everything, but there'll be key titles that were published by Nintendo. So we're gonna go in pretty much a chronological order, starting with the earlier games that came out in early 2005, and of course the launch title, Super Mario 64 DS. These games didn't come with that many inserts. It was the manual, of course, a Nintendo Power registration form, and the DS health and safety precautions booklet. Now all these early games came with this generic Nintendo Power registration form. Quick tip, put them booklets upside down so they don't get warped. I mentioned that in my last video. Alright, moving to the next batch, we have the games that came out in mid to late 2005. This is where Nintendo transitioned and started designing different Nintendo Power registration forms per game. So you can see that they put a design that corresponds with the game. But you're gonna see something that's a little strange, and I still find it odd, and I don't know if it's 100%, but I'll let you know when we get to that. Alright, so Metroid Pinball, this is the interesting one. We'll take a look at the registration form that comes in it. What's odd is that it's Super Mario 64 related. Now I might be mistaken, I've tried to research this as best I could. If anyone could confirm that this is the right insert that should be with it, let me know in the comments. We got Mario Kart, which came out in November of 2005. They really started pushing Wi-Fi. So you can see that they started inserting these manuals. I won't go over Animal Crossing because I've shown that off already in one of my other videos. So feel free to check that out. Now moving on to games that were from 2006. This was kind of the end of when they started only including the Nintendo Power and health and safety booklet, as they started to include the "if you like" advertisement for other games. Now they didn't have a set design for these, so you're gonna see a bunch of different ones when it comes to these games. So if we look at the Mario Brothers one, you'll see that it's yellow, while the Tetris one was black and white. There wasn't a definitive design choice yet. We'll take a look at the Mario Minis, black and white again, still not a definitive design choice yet. Alright, let's move on to the next year. I'm not going to keep showing you these. For 2007, I only really had 2 games that came out that year, but this is also when they started to change the Nintendo registration form. They started to match it up with what was happening with the Wii when that released, so they tried to streamline the design of these Nintendo Power registration forms from what they previously looked like. And then we have another transition period in 2008. This is when Club Nintendo launched, so they stopped doing the Nintendo Power registration and they moved to Club Nintendo codes. I don't know, going through these different games from each year, Nintendo released a lot of good games on the DS. This is a very strong system with a strong lineup. I really enjoy some of the games that came out for the DS, and some of them hold up really, really well. And I was collecting them throughout 2020 up until about the summer. Found some good deals. 2008 is also when they started changing the Nintendo logo that's on the cover from the standard red and white to the more transparent ones. Alright, so for 2010 and 2011, these were some games that were released in each year. This is when they also changed the case to omit the Game Boy Advance cartridge holders, so it's just blank. In 2011, after the 3DS had launched, I think to reinvigorate some sales in either one of those consoles, the DS or the Nintendo 3DS, they decided to re-release Super Mario 64 DS, New Super Mario Bros., Mario Party, Mario Kart, one of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, and one more that escapes me. But they re-released these games in a red case. They had updated inserts, they had Club Nintendo codes. I think it was a way to just expand the library a little bit for the 3DS. So hopefully you made it to the end of this video. This one might have been much longer than my usual quick collector's resource videos that are straight to the point. So thank you for checking this out. Thanks for watching. I hope you come back for more.